What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's another episode of Family by Choice. This one is the ladies edition. Ladies, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Awesome.
All right, so this is a special ladies episode because we invited a couple of our friends. So FBC would like to introduce to you Monica.
Hello.
And Lisa. All right, so we just gonna check in. We'll start with Amy. Girl, what you been up to? How's life been lifing?
Man, it's been life and work. I started a new position.
Congratulations.
Amen.
Congrats.
You. Thank you. So
Is that a good?
it's a good thing.
Okay.
It's a good thing. It's great.
Okay.
I started a new position. So just, been busy with that and busy with the kids being out of school for college because I have 2 kids in college. And so ramping them back to where they belong
Okay,
so I can have my house
reset.
back.
Let's reset.
Yeah, I just, I just want to be naked sometimes. Like, that's what I want to do. So
The struggle is
the
real.
struggle's real. But
I be tiptoeing and Anthony be like, Constance, where you at? Okay, because somebody at the door and I know you ain't got all your clothes on. So it be like that. Mocha, what you been up to?
Man, I've been lifing too.
Yeah, because we hadn't seen you. Me and Amy been looking.
I know.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been like underneath a covering of something, just ultra focused, trying to just get my life together. You know,
Well,
what I
that's a
mean?
good
That's what it
thing.
is. Lots like 2 different positions in 2 different fields, working at the same time simultaneously. I still have young kids,
Yeah.
so I'm trying to get school and stuff together. Open house and checkups and school supplies.
yeah.
School supplies.
And shoes, got to be the right shoes. We done went to like 3 different stores trying to find some New Balance. Like, come on.
Find it online. Find it online.
Do you? I was getting ready to say.
We've been looking online. I've been sending her pictures. No, it's not those. No, the bottom is not big enough.
Okay.
No, that's not the right style.
So she's like Riley. When Riley finds it on Pinterest, like she'll be like, "Mom, I like this look." I'm thinking inspiration. She wants.
exact.
The exact.
I like Riley.
Exact.
First of all, that picture, those are like exclusive releases, which means those shoes cost 3 times the price now.
Right.
You're not getting them. It's a no. So yeah,
So-
I understand that pain.
That's what I've been going through.
Well,
Welcome back.
Yeah,
I haven't seen her talk to you in
I
forever.
know. I was like going through the thread, like, I don't know what's going on in here. I'm just gonna
Welcome
try
back.
to catch up
in.
one day.
So Lisa, welcome to the show. How you been doing?
I've been doing pretty good. Thank you for having me.
You're so
First of all,
welcome.
thank
Thanks
you
for
guys.
coming.
Thanks for coming.
Yes, you guys, I watch your show and it's really interesting. So it's kind of a pleasure being on the show with you ladies.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
What about you, Monica?
Oh my Lord. Where do I begin? Yes, life is life and as per usual. I have 2 sons, 15 and 12, and the shoe thing is what we do online. We know better.
The GOAT.
But me being a teacher and just trying to get things going for the school year with open houses at the same time I'm working, it's just like, So thank God for a great co-parent relationship.
Oh, nice.
Their dad is A1. So
Nice.
yes, and thank you for having me as well. Love it.
Thank you for coming. We appreciate you.
Yeah, so you went ahead and said it. We're talking. You mentioned co-parent.
Yes.
So today we wanted to kind of discuss just with some of our single beautiful friends. Like what we've noticed when we've had this conversation just as married women, just the fact that we've been married for a while now. So we're like, man, single women in this day and age.
Help us.
It's real. It's really real out here now. Once upon a time, for us, I guess in the time when we were single, men were really big about women being gold diggers. But now in this season, it's like women are coming with everything. You have the house, just check. You got the car, check. You got the
chick.
The career. Right.
You got
right.
the
You had the career.
Yeah.
Right.
Career.
So it's like, what is the problem? So we just wanted to kind of, y'all let us know. I hear you have a great co-parenting
Yes.
situation.
Yes.
So you have your 2 sons. Lisa, what's your current situation?
Well, I am single.
Okay.
I have a great co-parenting situation also. I think for a woman, actually, for me, I think that it's really time to kind of maybe lean back a little bit and discover the femininity I used to have. Sometimes it's tough being the woman and not necessarily the man, but you having to step in and, play so many different roles that sometimes you forget to really like someone can kind of open your door for you. I'm opening the doors for everybody right now.
Right.
And, you're just in a hurry to try to get things done and move forward with whatever you got to do. You just don't think about that time of being able to just kind of relax and let someone take the lead. That's been a while. It's been a while.
So you feel like now you've gotten into a mindset where it's just like, I'm ready to do. So you're realizing I probably need to just I need to show somebody that it's okay for you to kind of step up. Is that what you're saying? Like it's okay for a man to come and do something for me, or
well, that's a good point. For me, I think meeting a guy in this day and age is not as easy as it may have been years ago, because I don't think there was a lot of hang-ups, hold-ups. We didn't have TikTok and all these other things. So I think a lot of men were a little bit more genuine when they were approaching women because they didn't have as many distractions.
Yeah.
Right now we got all kinds of stuff, and we've got women that are coming at you in a way where they're like, okay, I figured this out. Since this is how you are, I'm going to up my game. So now I'm going to do this or that. So it's like competition almost. Instead of a woman just being able to be a woman and a man just coming along to just be a man, it seems like, well, since you're getting this from me, I'm going to get that from you. So it's kind of leaving the people that really are genuinely wanting a relationship. We're kind of over off to the side saying, hey, wait a minute, what about us? We're wanting to still have those relationships where there is love involved. And it's not always about what you look like, what you have. We've lived enough and long enough to have the things that we want, but we still desire to have that mate in our lives also, to share those things with. I don't think anything is fun to do unless you can share it with somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. What about you, Monica?
As my cousin Amy and my family knows, I can meet somebody. Like I can meet people. Like, but it's the quality. So I can meet somebody at the grocery store. I met somebody running around in my neighborhood exercising twice. 2 different people. So that comes easy. For me, it's the quality, and like you speak, your game is on point. You can talk a great game, but when it's the application of the game, and it's like, what are you doing? Yeah. Like it's, and then I was looking on Instagram. I think it was like last week, and prior to, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna, try to date outside what I would like and desire.
Right.
And and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give this a chance. He's on the bigger side. I don't really like, bigger guys.
Okay.
Out of shape guys.
Right.
So I'm like, I'll give it a chance. Look beyond. Maybe I'm being shallow.
Right.
Baby. I said, this is why. And then Christy, I forgot her name, but she came on and she was just like, I try to date outside my what I want and desire. And then you act the way you do, like you got titties. Like,
okay, wait, Monica. So are you saying that he was acting as if he was had abs?
Right? Like you,
when
like
he
right? Like you, like, I want to talk to you. This and like the talking game was great, but then when it came to application, you fall off by the wayside. Like, what are you doing? Like, do you not see this? Like, I'm confident. Like, I know I look good. So I'm just like, this, baby, I don't want to say I'm doing you a favor.
But I know I'm fine.
Right. But I'm just like, okay, I'm trying to let down my guard and trying to do something different. And then this is how you do. So I'm just like, okay.
Well, big boys get a lot of love too.
but it's okay.
I think she was saying it was the quality.
Right.
It was
Right.
like, you know,
It was
even
like-
her stepping out, giving it a chance, it was like, oh crap. Like you're not even coming with.
Right, your A game.
Yeah.
Like you're just talking.
Yeah.
And like I said, when the rubber hits the road and it's time to put it into action, I want to make sure I hear your voice every day. Okay, but my phone still ain't ring. So what are you saying? Like you're talking, but the actions aren't lining up.
So what are some of the like biggest lessons you guys feel like you have from? So Monica, have you been married before?
Yes.
Lisa,
Same
you've
here.
been married before. Okay, so both of you have been married before. From the time you guys were married the first time up until now, what has been some of your biggest lessons that you think you've pulled?
From that relationship,
From that relationship and then to being single, like experiencing the relationship and now being single.
Well, for me, you know, I grew up in a 2-parent household. So I grew up with a mother and a father in the house. So I wanted that.
Yeah.
Growing up, I didn't think that I would be single all my life. But I think I waited and waited and waited until it was like an urgency for me to meet somebody. So I think I let a lot of the guards down and a lot of the things that you look for. I kind of was like, oh, we'll work around that. Or we can do that. And all that stuff came smacking me in the face because it's really not, you got to deal with stuff.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, for me, my life lesson is, because I have a kid, I think it's very important that you still maintain the relationship with the father because you still have kids to raise.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he may not be as great as you would have wanted him to be as a husband, but you have to allow him to be a father. A lot of times you just have to not speak negatively in front of your kids when it's coming to that person, even though maybe when you go and close the door, it might be a little different, you know, but for the most part, you just want to really show the child that you're kind of invested in them.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they get lost in the shuffle because you hate them and they hate you and or whatever that it is. But it's got to be about the kid so that they know that, wait a minute, they're not together, but they still, like when I got in trouble, they both showed up.
Yeah.
Or when something happened, he was on the call. And so I think for me, that's what I learned the most out of it is continuing to develop that relationship because I do desire to be married again.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I still have a kid to raise. So she is very present and 13 and everything that's out there in the world. She needs her father and her mother. So that's kind of the thing that I've learned is just kind of put a lot of things to the side so that we can just focus on what's important for her.
Do you feel like now that you have a teenager that impacts how you date right now?
For sure. Because, you know, she's wearing the little shorts and all this kind of stuff and the half shirts, you know, that's what the girls are wearing today. And you're not looking at her. Right. So I'll give you an example. We went to downtown to the Beltline, hanging out. And she was walking ahead of us and I was with my sisters and everybody. And a guy kind of slid behind her like he was getting ready to talk to her. I don't know what happened to me. I don't know what came over to me. But, you know, my leg was like broken, but you couldn't tell because I ran over there so quick. And I was like, okay, what we doing here? What we doing? And he was like, oh, I was just wanting to say hi. She's cute. And I'm not ready for that.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for grown people or adults to be looking at her in that way. So I'm not ready for a man to be looking at her like that. So we're good right now where we are.
Yeah.
And, you know, all her stuff is fitting where it's supposed to go. My stuff is kind of moving around right now. But you might not be looking at me, but you definitely better not be looking at her. So that's kind of the thing when it comes to a girl. As she's discovering who she is and she's cute now and she's doing all this stuff, I need you to still know that she's a 13-year-old. If you're wanting to be with me, that's what you need to keep in mind. So that's kind of the way I look at it. And it's really been pleasant not having anybody around. I'm sorry. It's been a little pleasant because I've kind of been able to do what I want to do. Even though I got, you know, a daughter, I'm able to do what I want to do. But there's still a part of me. We all have pockets of things in life that we want. There's still a part of me that enjoys life with someone. You can have all the riches in the world, but if you don't have anybody to share it with, sometimes that's kind of like whack a little bit. You tell me what you think.
I feel the same way, but one thing I do desire, and I will not desire, will continue to desire, is my peace. My peace is priceless. Yeah. And so, if anything comes up and it disturbs my peace, I gotta shoot you the deuces. Yeah. Because I shouldn't have to question anything. I shouldn't have to question if you like me, you love me, if you want to be with me. I shouldn't have to question anything. So, if that begins to ruminate in my mind, I got to let you go. So
what
that's just how I am.
Like I think what I'm hearing, that you guys are kind of set in your ways, in your thinking. Like, this, I won't tolerate this, I won't deal with this. So in the dating stage, you know that there are a lot of pros and cons that happen during the dating phase of things that, you may run into something where you're like, I wouldn't deal with that. But then you may meet somebody else and you're like, it's cool with him. Right. Like, so you'll begin to kind of, your standards, they may change and they may fluctuate throughout the process. So how do you get around what you're set in during the dating process? Because it is a ebb and flow kind of thing when you're trying to get to know somebody, because of course they're going to show up as pretender from the jump. You know what I mean? They're going to tell you everything you want to hear. They're trying to speak your language. They're trying to, do everything they can do to kind of get closer to you so your guard can come down. So you may experience certain things that may seem like it's cool, but then it may not be, on the flip side. But it's like, you got to be there long enough to even see what it is. You know what I mean?
I think.
So how do you get around?
I think that? I'm always praying. My word for this year, my words are discernment and trust. So I have to be very much alert of what you're saying, because I hear what you're saying and I'm observing what you're doing. So I'll cut it off. I cut it off real quick because I don't want to be in that space. Because Amy knows I can give a lot. I care a lot. I give people second chances. So it's just like, I don't want to, I want to be so in tune that I don't want to stay somewhere longer than I have to. Because I don't want to waste time. I'm about to be 44. Like, yeah, it's not that old, but I don't have time to waste. So I'm very much in tune because I know what my goal is. And ultimately, I do want to be married again. So I don't have time for the BS. I don't. And I can kind of sift through it. And that's why I feel like I've been single longer than I have in my whole entire life. So, and going back to what you asked about, I have to understand that everybody is not my ex-husband. And I'm saying that in a great way. Yeah. Because he is like top tier. Like, he takes care of the kids. I can't say I want for really nothing. And so when I say a great relationship, he says, until you are married or, in a serious relationship, you are my kid's mother. So you will be taken care of. And that's not to intimidate anybody, but that's just how he was raised. Yeah. So I have to remember that he's very clean. A lot of men are. I hear a story like, I got to pick up after my husband. I'm just like, I just never had that. So it's that I have to kind of weigh against when I'm, when I'm coming at or with who's coming at me and things like that. So those are the things. But as far as like me, the ebb and flow thing, I'm not going to accept much from this guy just because he looks better than this guy, because it's my standard, it's my boundary, and those things I just can't compromise on if that's not what I want. So,
well, I wanted to mention something too. This is for the ladies. You got to listen. A lot of times we're like, I do this, I do that. You need to listen to them and let them talk. They will tell you what they're doing. Because men gossip. Sorry. Yes, they do. Gossip. Yeah. But if you listen long enough, and that was my thing, because I just had so much to say. But if I listen to them, so you know what you up to? What you up to? you know. So where you from? Where you from? I mean, you know, so I'm just more in tune to just letting them tell me because I know me and I don't have to tell you anything about me. I need to know about you. So I just allow them to speak and they will tell you every single time what they want, what they're really shooting for. You know, I found a lot of men at my age, a little bit older, what they want is sex first and then they want to talk later. So, you know, we'll get to that. We'll get to the talking, but I'm like, I'm out the game. This is how it is. I'm out. But yeah, so for me, I just listen more and let them talk, and they will tell you because they're real. I'm sorry, y'all. Simple-minded, doesn't take a lot. They're not very complex. They do the same thing all the time. If you look and you watch, you will know exactly what they do and how they do it. So that's for me, the big thing is just being able to just kind of listen and let them speak, let them talk. And they will tell you exactly what it is that they're looking for. So that's my big takeaway. And that's the thing, kind of what I've been, you know, doing lately. And that's the few people, like she says, she meet people in the grocery store. I don't. So people say that I already look married, but you know, but yeah. So when I do meet them, that's kind of my approach. Talk less, listen more. And you'll get what you're looking for.
So I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I hear what y'all saying.
All right,
y'all
devil.
never want the company of a man.
Oh yeah, I can go
Absolutely.
out. I go out.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like the company of a man don't just, you know,
Yeah,
you know.
definitely.
Well, you know what?
You know, without overthinking it, without like just being in the moment. Like I'm just enjoying this moment with this guy today, and I'm not really thinking about
Where it can
where it could go or marriage or anything.
Like,
just
is
like
that-
I just enjoy his company. He enjoyed my company. We have a good time. Is that
could be.
ever?
That could be.
Is that a thing?
Or
could
is
be.
that I'm asking. Is that
It's
a
hard.
thing?
It's hard because the more you hang out with somebody and you're connecting already on some type of commonality.
Yeah.
Right. So you have that, and then you continue to cultivate that because we're going out. Hey, you want to see this movie? Even though it's like strictly friends, just because of the quality of friendship you have, you're going to start feeling something. If you don't meet like platonically on a level of, oh, this is my homeboy.
So you just don't want to waste the time.
I don't.
To be, because you're not trying to be a friend. You're trying to. Is that what it is?
Yeah, and I don't want to say not trying to be a friend as like we're not, you know, you got to cultivate a friendship.
Yeah.
But you want to meet a friend so that y'all can build a future.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I have guy friends and we really like never hug, kiss. I mean, not hug, but we never kiss. We never, you know, and I have those good friends and they've known me since college. So I have those, that's on lock. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, I'm just like, I don't need you as a friend.
I think for me, I think it's history. I think the history makes the world of difference. When you've met somebody when you're in that vulnerable state where you might have been young and you didn't have a lot of money or you didn't really work or whatever, I think when you have a lot of the guards down, you're more inclined to meet somebody that's just willing to work with you. Now everybody has so many levels of I'm so amazing
Status.
that
Yeah.
you just can't really get to the real person.
Right.
So say for instance, they're looking for like a Holly Berry, but they looking like Freddie from Rufus or Freddie Jackson or Big Luther, not Little Luther, but Big Luther. So you know you're wanting something that you don't even have. So I think as we get older, and it's so visual, we're so visual with the way you look, the way you dress, what you drive, that you forget the reality of a person, how they really are. You know, this person may really be trying to be the best or whatever, but it's so much now. It's too many distractions. I feel like there's too many distractions.
You think they got too many options? Like men have
There's
too
way
many
too many options. Absolutely.
And
TikTok and all these places, all I got to
like
do is
social
flip through my
media.
phone and I see the perfect girl for me, but you sitting there eating donuts while you watching her work out on TikTok. So, you know, you tend to want or imagine what you're not even doing yourself.
So do women do that though? Do women have a lot of options? Because you can always swipe right or left too. Swipe right, swipe left. And do y'all have to date one person? Can't y'all date multiple people?
My question was, do you you have your type, but it's a part B to Amy's question. Like, because you've been single for a while, do you ever feel like I just need to stay fresh in the game? So let me just you said platonic relationships, like they really don't work for you unless y'all are looking to build a future. But do you ever feel like I just need to stick my foot in so I know what it is? And I heard you say, like, I feel like I've been so aggressive. I need to learn how to tap back into my femininity. But a lot of that comes from it not being activated. You know what I'm saying? So we're just asking. Yeah. We're just asking.
These are just questions.
Right. Yeah. Is it that, do you ever feel like maybe I should just have somebody who's nice looking? We can just have my mother-in-law calls it banter. Like there's just people she might call and this is just for the fun of the conversation. Do y'all do that?
I have those people.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. We all have somebody we can talk to. And to be honest, I know people that like me.
Right.
But I'm not really feeling them or whatever. So it doesn't go any further.
Right.
I, have my boundaries when it comes to that. And they know that, but they're not my choice.
Yeah.
So I do have guys that, they say stuff. Even Anthony, like, what, Lisa? What do you? I'm like, but it just has not been that connection. But, I almost, like I said, I almost wish that it was back in the day where you didn't have all of this stuff to go by.
Yeah,
if you can just be genuine and just be real. Because,
just got to worry about the work wife, huh?
Yeah, and like I actually put this quote. I said, if you take so much time to choose, you've already chosen. If you are it's so many people, so many girls, the blonde hair, short hair, tall, skinny, there's so many choices that you're just not choosing. You can't have everybody.
Yeah.
You just can't have everybody.
Yeah.
But, if you can make a decision to try, I think we miss the vision or the goal of why we're even doing it to begin with. It's not just to fix a little social, high that you feel, but we're actually supposed to be trying to change some generations. I think we don't look that far ahead. We're only looking at what it looks like today. I got braids today, but then I can have a bob tomorrow. I can switch up and you don't even, so it's got to be deeper than just what it looks like to make it work. I think.
Yeah. I get it. I get it because so you guys are dating to get married, and y'all are older women, so y'all don't really play the radio. Like y'all don't. It's like either you're gonna do this, you're gonna because we're built. Out in the end goal is for marriage, long term commitment.
All the things.
And I think in the day and age where people don't really feel like they want to be married and they don't want to do the dating. I don't know. I grew up in the 90s. I grew up with what is it? Captain Save a Hoe. Who sang that song?
Don't say. No, is that the one?
Is that Project
Don't want to be
that one. I grew up in the 90s. It was different. It was just different. Like it was.
For me, I feel like it was just simple times. Like,
it was just simple because you only gonna meet like I said, if you're only gonna meet the person at work or a couple of people at work and you go home.
Now we got
people at church.
Long distance
but now you have a lot of social media.
So are you guys open? Speaking about meeting guys, are you guys open to like creative ways to meet people or like? You say you're wanting to get married. So what are some of the things that you do to allow yourself to be seen? Because I know the older we get, I know me and Anthony, we be chilling like really hard at home. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you're single, it's
Right.
like we were in that season where chilling at home be real
Right.
smooth, but
Right.
when you single, it's like who gonna find you?
I'll be out in these streets.
Oh, you be out in the
I'll
streets.
be out in these
Okay,
streets. I
Monica.
find stuff to do, and that's the thing. That's the beauty of my piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I can do a cigar lounge, I can go, bowling. I can literally do these things by myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I can go to the movies. I can, or I'll call up a homegirl. Hey, Amy, or Stovall, or whomever. Hey, I found this party, 90s day party. Y'all want to roll? And go.
Yeah.
So it's for me. It's nothing. Like, I'm going to enjoy my life regardless.
Got it.
And that's where.
But does that leave room, because you're enjoying life? Does that really leave room for somebody to come in?
Yeah, because I'm meeting them there.
Okay.
Meet me at this 90s party.
I'm just saying I'm just saying, like, I am out here, but
You're not at home is what you're saying.
Right, I'm not at home. I'm outside.
You're not at home,
I'm
sad.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yep, sad.
No, so I'm out
people
there,
at home
but
sad.
I just
I do too.
They're out there.
right. You're right. It's just where I guess I guess it got to be the right
I
place at the
think-
right time.
I
and
think it's here.
everything.
I think because of where we live at.
In Atlanta.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's where I think.
I
I
believe
think
that
if you lived in the Midwest or
Idaho or somewhere, you would
Or
just be
Milwaukee.
in love. Mm.
I think
So, would you
I think so.
be interested in meeting somebody online? And if you did,
Oh, I do.
Okay.
would you be interested in?
Okay. Well, speaking of online, I was online, and it's really exhausting.
got
It
it.
can be overwhelming.
Yeah, it's exhausting because you're just swiping, and it's like after a while you're like, I don't want to look at them anymore because there's too many of them, and they say this is what they want, but they don't. They want it all focuses on
sex.
that's what they want. Yeah, so it's just not what it's
So you
cracked up
have,
to
the
be.
sad
you
part
have
is-
dated online.
I have dated online.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The sad
So-
part is, if you dating men our age, you better ask them if they have high blood pressure and diabetes
baby, because it's real.
and high cholesterol,
Seriously.
heart disease.
I think too the misconception is that women try to, I don't need you, I can do this. We're trying to play the role as a man.
Okay.
And then not to say that they're trying to play the role as a woman, but just play your part. Play your role.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be me. Don't get me wrong. I have tried to change a tire before, but I would rather not.
Right.
So if there's somebody that could change my tire, please come change my tire. So I think we kind of just be who God created you to be. You're a woman and you're not a man.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to be a man. I'm not trying to be tough. And, kind of to your point where, you don't date multiple people. I don't have time to do all of that.
Got it.
I don't want to be keeping up with your name and who you were.
I don't save contacts until you
I don't wanna do all that.
You vet it.
Yeah. So I don't like to date a lot of people at one time because that's just too much for me. Some people don't mind. Some people go out and they're just hanging out and they go on all these different dates, and that's fine. Some people have settled on not being in a relationship.
Yeah.
Not everybody wants one.
Yeah.
But for those that do, if you already got it set in your mind that that's what you want, you're not going to play the game with just all these different people. You're really wanting to zoom in to see what that person is about first.
Yeah,
and then if they're showing you they're not, then you like closing that chapter and then you're moving on to the next opportunity. So I think that's kind of what we do. Women are just trying to be like men where they just have multiple women, but they do it because they don't think.
Yeah.
Sorry. But we really think. We think about, oh my God, my house, my kids. We really put it in perspective when we're dating. So we're just not as casual as they are. Not a woman who wants someone.
Yeah.
They're not as casual with everything. I think we're a little bit more focused on the intent because it's got a lot to do with, we're nurturers. We want to make sure that all areas are covered before we decide to just kind of go out with you and just do whatever. We still got kids to raise, we got things to do. Yeah. So with men, they got like maybe 2 things to do. They use the bathroom and they eat. But we
philosophy.
that's caveman. But I'm just saying, we think about a whole lot of stuff that goes into it. So I think that's
into life. Like, life be life.
Oh yeah, would he fit into my world? And that's how we think. But they're just like, oh, it's Thursday. That's it.
What's up?
That's all the
What
love
you
they
doing?
need is
Look,
that it's
WYD.
Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Yeah.
What we doing? What we doing?
I'm with Amy. I'm like, I think she said it offline or whatever. But the energy you're giving me is the energy I'm gonna give you. And if you're not giving me the energy I need, I will fall all the way back and let you do. And that's why I think I talk to multiple. Yeah, I'm thinking it through, but I talk to multiple. That doesn't mean I'm dating, and that's a whole nother can of worms terminology about dating. But yeah, I can talk to multiple people online, but that doesn't mean I'm giving the same energy to every single person
Right.
offline. So, but again, it's that energy thing. And if you say, "Oh, I'm gonna call you," and you don't, I'm gonna give you some rope to hang your own self with. You know what I'm saying? And if that energy comes back and we texting back and forth and we're calling each other, then my focus, then I feel like we're cultivating something.
Okay.
So
This is interesting.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
I think it's a lot. I mean, y'all definitely gave us a better understanding because we don't really, like I said, we don't know. But I think women, I think women that are our age, right, our age and up, who are single and want to be in relationship with a man their age, right?
Right.
They, what is the intent? Is it intentional? Do you date intentional? Do you make, how do you navigate through in 2024 when it's so different now and you do have a lot of options? Because not only do they have a lot of options, but y'all have a lot of options too. Y'all don't have to.
The silver foxes.
Come
on now. The zaddies.
Right.
The zaddies.
And you don't have to, or, you just like men take a trip to Brazil or something. You can take a trip to Jamaica.
Hello. Get your groove back.
Have you seen the way they be rubbing? The massages?
Yeah.
Girl.
So, and we have the money to do it.
Right.
And I think that is the major difference that I think also as an additional element is because there was a point in time where women just focused on the domesticated part of living. So when women focus on just the domesticated part, then men can kind of see a little more clearly. And just from my perspective, being a married woman, I feel like men are kind of growing intimidated, but at the same time, like you say, women are stepping into a position that we really shouldn't be in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same, it's like, but I don't have no man here, and they got to get
That's
done.
exactly what I was thinking about.
Right.
It's like I have to be this. Not saying I'm a man, but I still have to. When I
get it
with
done.
my sons and everybody go to sleep at night, I gotta lock the doors. I gotta double check and make sure all the windows are closed and the doors are locked and this and that the third.
Right.
When I was married, I didn't have to worry about that.
Right.
So it's not about we're not feminine. I'm like, give me a chance to be feminine.
Right.
Be chivalrous.
But I think for men, and we need to have another show where we invite some men on the set. But I think for men, it's a little foggy for them to be able to see, because at one point they could just distinctly see this is my position, this is my role. But
That's
to a
good.
woman who is
Doing all the
covering
things.
all of the
where they
bases, it's
fit
kind
in.
of exactly. It's like hard to see. And granted, you got to be confident enough to know what you bring to the table to say, hey, this is what I bring. You ain't got to do that, baby. I got it. You know what I'm saying? I just think in this day and age, what I'm noticing is that it may be a bit challenging for men and, it feels like the good women and the good men just miss each other.
Yeah, I feel
like,
that.
they just like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I've seen just in some of our comments, like some of the men, we had one show that was talking about a wife who ended up cheating with her ex, on her husband, who was a good husband, right? And I saw the men's responses, and my heart went out for them because they were so hurt. And I'm like, you seem like you guys are really great men. And they're like, this is why I stay single. And I'm just like, I got a couple of single women for you. Like, where are you?
Yeah,
so it's just, I don't, that always like troubled. We be having conversations like, how?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, it's like they do miss
You
each
going
other.
down 75, I'm coming up 75.
Right. It's like just almost.
It's interstate.
Right? Yeah,
Well,
almost.
I had this. Well, I have this neighbor. He's just a man's man, So I had a flat tire in my yard. So he's a man.
Mhm.
So we walked over to say, hey, do you know how to change a tire? He said, y'all don't have AAA? I said, whoa. The times of a guy just changing your tire. I'm like, it's like that.
Wow.
So you done lost all the points,
Mhm.
you know, and I think that they've gotten, not every guy, but a lot of times they've gotten away from just the chivalry of just being present in the moment.
Well, everything is transactional now.
You
That's
talked
what
about
it
that
is.
in another
He's
episode.
like, he's basically like, I ain't effing you, so I ain't changing your tire.
Wow.
And not knowing the blessing is in just helping without no
Right.
strings attached. Because
Right.
you don't know, like, I really feel like everybody is raised very transactional. You know, every relationship is like, you do this for me, and if you don't do that for me, then maybe you know. And then we label them as narcissists, and you know, we got all these labels, trauma bonding, da, da, da. And we like, sometimes I feel like we over
Therapist.
yeah. We over there, like we have literally taken words to the next level.
Yeah.
And if it's not transactional, then I ain't doing it.
Yeah.
But the problem is guess what? You lost out on a good woman where I could have been.
I could have been.
I could have been that person
Right.
making your dinner, making sure you ate, making sure your clothes are clean, and you went to the dentist because you got a missing tooth on the side. and you ain't got a woman. Because no, a woman does, like, you could tell a man.
Yep.
I'm
Come
not
on
gonna
with
bring
it.
that up.
Come
I'm not gonna
on.
bring that up. But I will say, me and Jason were talking one day, and we were just talking about our family members that are single men, older men, single men. You could tell that they single because they don't take care of themselves. And when I say that, their health, like, you know, going to the doctor,
Yes.
going to the
Their
dentist,
overall.
appearance.
Yeah.
And you could tell when they're single and they're older because it's just like their health is failing,
yeah.
or just whatever, right? And I would say that's what you want to know, what a woman brings to the table. That's what a woman brings to the table.
That's what
The
she brings.
woman brings longevity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Longevity. Like, you probably live 10 years longer.
I'm trying to
Come on, Dr.
Because
Amy.
she gonna help you. No, because she gonna actually go to the doctor,
Right.
and
Ask the questions.
ask the questions you don't know
Not
to
only
ask.
set the appointment, but go with
We'll go
you.
with you.
Right.
Yeah,
I
go.
was at the doctor on Monday.
Yeah.
Come on, Anthony.
But go with you, go ask questions, go say, you know what, we have insurance. You don't have to be living with a bad tooth in your mouth.
Right.
Like, you know, it's those kind of things. And I think that's what's missing. So yeah, you can do everything for yourself. We can all do everything for ourselves.
Right.
But we need, you know, community
yeah.
is much needed. And I think, you know, if, you know, we all get out of our way, and it doesn't have to be transactional.
Right.
It can literally be, I want a good person in my life,
Right.
and I can be a good person in your life.
Yeah.
But if, I got AAA. However, I came and knocked on your door just to see what kind of person you are. And because now I know what kind of person you are, now I don't want to deal with you.
Yeah.
When you really kind of missed out because I'm a good person. I'm a dope person to be around.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I always see that when I talk to like my single friends and I don't have a lot of single male friends, but just in conversation, it's like you missed it. You missed the mark by either with women, like he don't work a certain job, or he doesn't type of job, or he don't have the money that you expect a person to have. And I'm thinking, like, freaking 30 years old. How much is he supposed to make?
Right.
You know, or, you know, you're a young person. So how much are you supposed to make? Like, what is
Realistic.
it? But realistically, community, if it's just like, if we all put our money together, what can we achieve together than what we achieve apart? I think we should probably start looking at quit looking at America. Probably start looking at foreigners and the way they move.
Yeah.
And how they move as community, how they move in relationship with one another, how they build each other up, and not always like tearing the other person down.
Right.
And it's not transactional. It's not because you did this for me, I'm gonna do this for you. It is, I'm gonna do this regardless and let God bless me.
Right.
You know, in the interim.
Yeah.
Right. You know, like I'm gonna be blessed. So I just feel like, you know, we need to stop looking at transactions. Like, you know, a man wants sex, but you ain't did nothing to get to the sex part.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, you know, I'm not gonna lie. I talk to a lot of single women. The sex is trash out here, men. Step your game up. It's not a lot of good sex going on. I'm telling you, I know that I know.
Especially if
Because
once
people
you
are
get
telling me
older and you're not keeping up with your health, we all know it's all connected.
But women's peaks, we peak at a later age. So like you said, you got to keep that health up. Get that stamina
That's
right.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you're an older man out here, you could be working hard and you're like, well, I'm a hard working man, and it's the full package, because you expect women to come with the full package. So it's okay, men, to challenge yourself to come with the full package as well. Before because we're gonna be closing in a minute, but I really want you guys just share with the people. You, Monica, you, Lisa. Just share, when you're thinking about a relationship, share your ideal situation and what you bring to the table, just so our family can hear.
And so it's clear.
Yes.
You want me to go? Okay.
Loaded question.
I think this second term in office, what I'm looking for or what I'm wanting to have happen is I just really want to be with someone who's looking long term, not short term.
Yeah.
I think they look at what's happening or what's going on right in front of them instead of what the intended future or outcome could be if you got together. And I'm looking for someone who's looking for long term, someone who understands the assignment, what we're here for, what we're supposed to do. We're trying to build, we're trying to invest, we're trying to do some stuff. And you got a problem with looking at somebody that walking by? Oh, you're not the one. I'm going to need you to really understand what we're supposed to be doing. Because you may have kids, grown kids or whatever. I have kids, and my assignment or in life is that I want to live good. I want to be able to retire and be happy and travel. I want to be able to enjoy my family. I want to be able to contribute financially. I want to be able to do some things, but I can't be backtracking and going back to all of this stuff that you're doing to me, which is trivial, when you're not going in the same pathway that I'm going. I don't have time to go get you.
Yeah.
So either you're going to kind of be on that same page with me, wanting to be able to be of service and to help your family and to be able to just kind of, I'm just thinking more historical, because there's been curses in our family long enough. You know, we want to know why men are doing what they're doing. And it's just so far, you know, their dad or dad before them. And it just keeps going and going that they don't realize that there's a future that you could really change if you just chill out with all of this extra stuff and you just choose to want to develop in a relationship that's going to be good for your kids to see, to be good for, you know, your family to see, and for not everybody, you know, just to know that you just that old lying dog you always been. We want you to start telling the truth. Tell the truth. Just tell the truth. Yeah. So, you know, that's for me. What I'm looking for is just someone that is looking long term, not just for today, but just what the outcome's going to be 10 or 15 or 20 years down the road, what you're looking for. Like this one lady, this nurse, she was saying, it breaks my heart because I'm in this, you know, in this ward and I see all of these older men without a woman, without a wife. And they're like, why? Well, because they choose to play these games all the way up until the lady is like, I'm out. So now you stuck alone and now you sick and you got all these issues and there's nobody here to check on you. Nobody's coming to the hospital. So you sitting up here dying alone because you chose to just live for the day instead of thinking about the future. So, you know, that's just the, you know, my take on it. That's good.
Yeah. You said a mouthful there. That was good. That was good. And just to still add to that and piggyback off of it as well, the same thing is building that foundation of hopes and dreams and desires, and building that house on that foundational, just getting to know one another, and just that genuine, pure, just honest friendship, and just cultivating that, because I think that once we cultivate that and really just take all the layers off, we can really get to know one another and build from that. No, I'm going to tell you what I genuinely bring to the table, and vice versa. Like, tell me what you genuinely bring to the table without hesitation, without reservations, and really communicate your heart and be expressive. And I think in that, it's, I think I told my friend the other day, like, it's so much, sometimes I think we're so deep. We're so self-aware that sometimes we can hinder ourselves and scare ourselves into moving forward.
Yeah.
And so just bringing it back to just the basics of just loving yourself, loving each other, and just bringing, like you said, that unity, and just bringing together those parts of a true, genuine relationship, and just growing from there. So.
All right. Well, I have to say, I don't envy y'all.
Baby,
don't do it.
I don't envy you. And I know there is beauty. I appreciate being able to have single women that we can connect with, because as married women, I think we both learn from one another.
Yeah.
Because I know for the single women that are in my life, it reminds me as a married woman of the things that like stay on your game, and life could be different. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely keeps me in a space of being appreciative, and aware. Like, things could definitely be different. And so those things that I take for granted don't. And at the same time, just making sure that I'm constantly doing my part in my relationship to make sure that my husband is happy. So I appreciate y'all. Ladies, did y'all have any takeaways? It's such an interesting conversation.
It is very
You can go
interesting.
one.
I think to me, so just kind of to like wrap it up, I feel like that the world is there's two different worlds happening that are going parallel, and it's very interesting. It's just a lot.
It is.
It's a
right?
lot to take in, because you really have like solid, genuine people, male and female, that are looking for the solids and the genuine people. And then on the other hand, you got social media that's so fabricated and so fabricated. People are making millions just off their
Pretend lives,
pretended, situations, and body parts that aren't even theirs. And they're like, you know what I mean? And it's just like,
but it's real.
so it's like these two worlds are happening simultaneously.
Right.
They're,
we're in the multiverse.
we're in the multiverse for real.
For real.
And it's very scary. You know what I mean? Like, my son is he'll be 21 in a week. And I told him I'm going to find his wife. Like, we're going to have an arranged marriage.
Arrangements.
Yeah. There's a lot happening out here that
You might miss.
understand why they used to do that. You know, like back in the day, or even still in certain cultures. They do it for a reason, because it protects the family, protects the future, protects the legacy, the everything they built and what they, you know what I mean? It's like, can't no ratchet chick come into this family.
For real. Let's be real.
We're not here for that.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So
Right. Exactly.
I'm gonna find her. Like, that's just where we are. You
Right.
know?
Yes, Lord.
And I was just thinking about it from that perspective, like Lisa said, like the future aspect. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's thinking that, because everything is so right now. It's instant gratification.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So nobody is thinking long term. Nobody. It's people like, marriage, I would never. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. So it's like, okay, so what are
That's
the people
definitely
supposed to do?
becoming a thing.
What's definitely coming a thing is like, we don't do labels. And I'm like, what the heck is that about? Because then how do you define what relationship you're in?
Yeah.
You can't never define it if it doesn't get defined. So then there is no boundary.
So there's no commitment.
There's never a commitment. And I can always say, hey, I don't believe in labels. Anytime it's time to be like, you're doing me
Accountable.
wrong. I want more
Yeah.
time. Da 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 da. It's like,
but what are we? Though?
What are we?
What are we?
Anything?
Right.
yeah. So I totally agree. And I feel like God got the perfect people for you guys.
Yeah.
The perfect people. It's going to be a time when they come into your life at the right moment, the right time, the healed version of you, without the baggage. It won't be a trauma bond. It will be literally somebody you can spend the rest of your life with. And I believe that for all my friends. I believe it is somebody out there for everybody who is perfect for them.
Yes.
For
And
sure.
and so I will say that I know that. So
Yeah, I agree.
Well,
I
guys,
know.
this has been another episode of FBC Family by Choice. To all of my single ladies out there and my single men, listen, we just want to encourage you. Even though this was an intense conversation, it was an intense conversation with two beautiful women who are successful, who still believe in love, who still believe in treating a man well and being able to love him to life is what I heard.
Definitely.
And so there's still hope, guys. Like everybody,
They're out here.
Right.
don't everybody turn into a savage. Don't everybody
Right.
turn into a player. There's still room for true gentlemen, and there are real women out here who want to love you the way you need to be loved. So, to our Family by Choice viewers and family. Hey, y'all, hit us up. You know what I'm saying?
Happy.
We can connect. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be looking to, like, in the near future, we're going to be looking to, like, create some events and some moments where beautiful people can meet other beautiful people. So y'all look out for that too. So that's it, guys. It's been another episode of FBC. Please make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. Like, follow, and subscribe.
And share.
Just share. Don't be watching it and don't share.
Please.
Or at least like
like
it to the people that be like, oh yeah, I be watching your show. I really like it.
Give us a like.
Right.
At the least.
We love y'all. We look forward to you joining our family by choice. All right.
Bye,
Until next
y'all.
time. Bye.